Society trying to impose toxic values from the past. The next generation breaking the cycle and finding our own path to happiness. I don't want to do it. Imagine how nice it would be to not have to worry about it tomorrow. Me yapping to my sister about my current hyperfixation, her not really getting it, but still happy to talk to me. Finally, have my own place. Invite my parents over for dinner. Make a meal they never made when I was a kid. Mom asks for leftovers and the recipe. My mom. Random yellow flower I found. 7-year-old me. Sneezed when everyone was asleep. Writer, artist. Look, they tried writing, drawing something, and it wasn't perfect on their first try. Writer, artist. See? Nobody cares. The never-ending generational trauma cycle. Me. Afraid to try yoga because it's for skinny rich people. But I need a form of exercise I don't hate. Do a 2-week trial at my local studio. No one made fun of me. I kind of like it. Start doing yoga 5 days a week. I'm bad at it, but my instructors and classmates are very encouraging. 6 months later, I'm down 50 pounds and have never felt better physically and mentally. I accept where I am in my practice and don't judge myself. I've also made yoga friends. Me. Mental health. Me. What if things really do get better? Having to wear a jacket because the weather is getting cooler. Finding $20 in the pocket from when you wore it 6 months ago. My friend can't go out with us because she just got new foster kitties and I can go to her house to pet them. Hard times define you. Hope defines you. Me going outside to improve my mental health. I like that boulder. That's a nice boulder. Waking up with a headache and having to go to work. Husband bringing me coffee, breakfast, and Advil before I leave. Coloring Disney figurines together. My nephew seeing me color and wanting to. Me walking back to the store to buy another figure. The urge to give up and collapse under the weight of my stress and anxiety. The people I care for that I don't want to let down. How life feels after proving your old self wrong and actually changing for the better instead of believing you never could. When you're having a day where everything goes wrong, but then realize you are dealing with it much better than your old self would have a year ago. Returning to work after a 3-day weekend. Seeing it as a fresh start to a new, short week. Other game companies. Insult each other and file cases against each other. Legends. Minecraft. Also, try Terraria. Also, try Minecraft. Grandparents when they play peekaboo with the baby every time. Grandma said, look, and she had cut my ex out of old pics. I put in trash can. When you finally get that job offer after months of unemployment. Me bonding with the one internet friend that I never met, but they totally understand me. You singing with your full potential and it's amazing while taking a shower. The spider in your bathroom. Negative self-talk. Accepting my flaws and working to improve myself as a person. When asked about my cat's breed. Me who only adores cats without knowing anything about breeds. Cat is cat. Me letting a car merge when their lane ends. Toyota Corolla. Get up. This is no place to die. When I go to the park and they have swings, I'm about to start swinging. Society. Nowadays, it's so hard to make new friends. People are too scared of strangers. Me. Guy takes his taxi driver to the theme park because he's never visited one in his life. That time I left my cat at my parents' for 2 weeks and they made a book. Ricky Goes to Grandma's and Grandpa's 2019. Me doing actual crimes in video games. Me choosing a dialogue option that's rude in video games. Me trying to be genuinely interested in listening to my daughter explain her favorite anime shows even though most of it is going over my head. Boss, take the day off. I hope you recover soon. Me, thank you. Me looking at the console after the call. Me trying to stay sleepy when I go to the bathroom at 4 a.m. when your friend is annoying, but you've learned to accept them when you haven't seen your best friend in over a week. And I need you. And I miss you. Girl. My parents aren't home. Guy. Don't worry, they'll come back. Just to be clear, the reason some people run is not to lose weight. It's to avoid gaining more weight. I played Dungeons and Dragons with my daughters. They were supposed to fight the wolves surrounding a town. Instead, they fed the wolves and turned them into their friendly wolf army. Girls, man, they'll take over the world. Food made by me. Same food but made by mom. When you start speaking to someone new and they have the same sense of humor as you. HR at my work just called me and I thought I was in trouble for something, but they just let me know my 11-year-old sister has been commenting on their Instagram every day, telling them to give me a raise. My emotional armor I will forever be protected by after being mistreated for so long. You running your hands through my hair while we watch shows together. Me sending something loving and encouraging at 2 a.m. my friend, who should be asleep. My friend responding, "Fuck." Lots of banging noises outside. I find my Romanian neighbors have rebuilt my fence, which had fallen down a while ago. When I offered money beer as gratitude, they said it was better to do nice things, rather than expect something. Bloody foreigners coming here and building fences. So I work at Taco Bell today. I was having a very rough day. Then this guy pulls up. "Thank you, random citizen, for making my day much better. Redditors with interesting hobbies. What do you do and why?" I'm a male knitter. I took it up in honor of a very good friend who died suddenly on the eve of her 31st birthday because of an aortic aneurysm. She would spend all year knitting scarves and hats for the homeless and needy to give out at Christmas. I inherited all her knitting stuff and kept up the tradition in her honor. Our next guest will be speaking about tennis balls and why you shouldn't fake the throw. When you're feeling sad, remember this vertebrae C6 and how happy it is to support you every day. My friend's parents, I would like to award you the highest honor I can bestow. You are now part of our family as well. Went to volunteer at the Humane Society, and the security bag check was pretty intense. My neighbor's dog keeps poking his head through the hole in my fence, so today I finally fixed it. My older brother walking me to school so mom could sleep in. 6 years old me. My boyfriend playing Red Dead Redemption 2. Me watching him having no idea what's going on, or how it works, but happy he's having fun. Haha yes, die trash. But don't hurt the turtles though. Me describing how I handle my feelings. Squishcat squashes the garbage down with his squasher downer. Me, sad music, my problems. Me being a foolish child, my parents letting me make my own mistakes, but still making sure I'm safe. Grandparents, forced into their profession. Parents, forced into their profession. My awesome parents letting me take control of my life. The cycle ends here. Me accomplishing basic adult responsibilities and being proud of myself for doing my best. My neighbor got a new car today, and he's been standing outside staring at it while eating chips for 15 minutes. My mom wondering why the house is clean. Me, who cleaned up when she was sleeping. True friendship. Are you alive? You haven't sent a meme in a while. Sometimes you need a hug to get you through the day. Me telling my friend the thing I have already told him many times. My friend listening with interest. Me buying my parents gifts with my first paycheck. Surprise mother-father. Can frogs feel happy? Yes. There is nothing but eternal happiness in the life of a frog. Just drove a guy home from a bar, and for the whole 15 minutes he talked about how excited he was to see his wife. Okay, everyone shut up and look at my dog. Can we not be at each other's throats now? Yeah. What is the nicest thing a stranger has done for you? A really small thing, but I hope I remember it forever. My son was probably 2 or 3, and we went to the mall for some reason. My son liked looking at displays and stuff. Well, there was a model train set in a case that you could put $1 in and watch them go around for a while. I was pretty broke, if I recall, and never had cash on me regardless. He was content just looking at the display. A group of loud mall teens come through and go past. One of them comes back and puts $1 in the machine and says I always liked watching trains too, then hurries off back to his friends. My son lit up. I never would have expected that action from a stranger, let alone a teen with his friends in a mall. When your favorite top doesn't fit anymore. When you and your little brother are going to cook mom a nice breakfast for her birthday. Wake the fuck up, little bro. We've got some pancakes to burn. When you're in a bad mood but your twin says something funny. Telling people about your best friend. The truth about Carl. He's great. That one compliment they got years ago. Boys. Random woman on the street. Her toddler. Me, trying to make him smile. If you can't hide a crime scene, just pretend you are a victim. When your mom forces you to play with your younger sibling. Text from a friend I haven't heard from in a while. Me having a bad day. Me after acting like a fool, only to make my baby cousin laugh. Happiness noise. Mum asking me to open the jar of pickles that is too stiff for her. Me opening it and realizing it wasn't that stiff, she just wanted me to feel big and strong and good about myself. After strangers at the library ask me to watch their stuff. I'd throw hands if a stranger touched my stranger's stuff. When your game crashes but the autosave feature actually saved your progress. 10-year-old me telling mom I'll marry a woman to cook for me. 30-year-old house husband me happily cooking for his wife and kids. I saw this today. No matter what happens in your life, you can start over.